So, if I recall, you guys are still at the Citadel. There's a few things going on. Ray is basically learning a tech spell for which the material components are the contents of that crate that Rolt was able to get for you guys. Aryn struck a deal with your CSEC buddy to kind of brush this off. I believe you just had a very dramatic meeting with the council. And we were looking at doing some shopping, but the council has offered to give you some substantial discretionary funds for this mission after mind-controlled Aryn scared the shit out of them. Given that you can prove that you're clean, that's not going to happen again. Because they have pretty much told Aryn that unless she can prove that it's safe and that's, she's not going to be compromised, the Saratoga, which was already having work done anyway, is now locked at port. You will not be allowed to leave the Citadel until you have offered some evidence or significant testimony on part of experts that you are not compromised and not a liability.
Perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to prove that, though.
Rabbit embarrassed me in front of the council. For that alone, she deserves to die.
Yeah, kind of figured that was going to be a problem.
Sorry, but when we're dealing with
okay.
Rabbit, if that Paragon interrupt comes up, I'm not touching it.
So now I think you guys are all back together again. I'm pretty sure the party is reassembled. You let some of your crew go. Ray has some work to do researching that thing. And while Sean's doing that copying, we'll move on with some other stuff.
I propose that we do the shared meld with Banshee, because if I'm in it, then that would also clear me as well, just to make sure this thing hasn't gone into hiding or something.
For some reason, Discord is refusing to let me open the Mass Effect link, so I've got to reopen my Discord, so it's going to take me a minute. But I'm 100% on board with going in and getting rid of Banshee's parasite.
Yeah, that sounds like what we need to do.
Okay.
And we can even do that before you learn those spells, right? Because neither of those would really be useful in what we know that fight to be.
We can say it was done beforehand. I don't think there's any need for Sean to not go ahead and copy them over, but we can say role-playing wise, you sequence it that way, yeah. Alright, so over the comms, Aryn calls everyone to meet her in the room where Banshee is being held, presumably. I'm filling in blanks here for you, Mark, but I'm assuming that would be the first thing you'd probably do. Hey, let's all be there.
And I'll let Primrose know to not let anybody into the room. I need somebody standing guard.
She will kind of raise a brow at you, with an expression like she is considering whether or not this is her problem. But ultimately, she does go, all right, and she'll stand out in the hall with her back to the door with her rifle out.
Cool. Then let us begin.
All right, Ray. This involves some stuff for you.
Wait, for me?
Well, because you're a fucking Quarian, and the collective meld requires skin contact.
Oh, yeah, my getting sick roll.
Yeah.
It's, what did you say? It's like every minute you want me to roll one?
D10 for every minute, yeah.
Okay. Well, first minute.
All right. I mean,
Not
a
so
minute. A minute is probably enough.
And Ray, again, is very, like, annoying about always being next to Aryn and Lucille, because they're the first ones that she touched.
Hands Aryn the hand sanitizer after completely dousing her hand before Ray touches her.
Yeah, for all the good it'll do.
It doesn't matter. It's worth something. It's an at least attempt.
So we find out Ray's allergic to alcohol.
At least it's not red vines.
Alright, everyone ready for this?
Wait, so
No,
not
but we're
really.
doing it anyways.
Yeah, we are.
Do we have an option at this point?
I'm excited to help our friend.
Friend? Really? Well,
Yeah, Banshee's our friend.
Yeah.
oh Ray, I love you. I wonder how this will be with her unconscious to start.
Well, she's
Well,
conscious in here, right?
Yeah, as soon as you guys appear in the mindscape, Banshee is like over here sitting with her arms crossed, looking like mildly perturbed. She doesn't say anything.
So, Banshee, it's... Alright, time for us to come full disclosure. You have something in your mind that we need to purge. Something that Rabbit left.
Is that why you're here?
Yes. Something she can use to exert influence over a very long distance. She can puppeteer people, even kill them. From wherever she wants. There's something like that in your mind, and we're here to get it out.
I guess I don't have much choice but to take your word on it. So what, we're gonna fight it?
That's how it typically goes. We've only done this once before.
Alright.
Technically twice.
Twice.
Yeah, we did the first training time, and then we did the second time when we actually freed Rolf.
Well, we've only fought a parasite once.
But the training doesn't count.
Yeah, can we give her a little bit more, like, optimism?
Yeah, the one and only time we've done this, it was successful. So we have like 100% successful track record.
Let's hope it stays that way.
Just as before, around you, fragments of everyone's memories are floating by. What looks like a simple wooden house is floating by, like halfway upside down, with snow on the roof, and it's particularly familiar to Lucille. An after image of David taking his piloting exam and cussing goes by. Taking like the what's the unwinnable test in Star
Kobayashi
Trek?
Maru.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
taking like the Kobayashi Maru and it's pissing him off. But then you see something else. You see what looks like an older Asari, backing up and putting a hand up. And there's a younger Asari who wraps her hands around the older one's neck and starts strangling her, holding her against the ground.
Huh.
Banshee also looks over at this. The fuck is that? She says. And as the life leaves the eyes of this older Asari and she becomes motionless, the younger one who's strangling her to death turns, and you all see that it's Eon.
Huh.
Aryn glances over at Eon. One of yours?
Sadly.
You're really quiet.
Yeah, Ez is the quietest ever. That was like...
Hey, sorry, I'm on a new laptop, so it's just kind of being crappy.
that was a little better. Hear you a little better, yeah.
Yeah, my like sticky keys on this thing, and I have it set to push to talk, and it's like freaking out because I'm holding shift.
Oh.
But yeah, sadly, yes. It's something that I have been trying to forget.
Well, we'll focus on that later. Let's stay oriented on our task here. We need a way to draw this parasite out. We need to go deeper into your mind, Banshee. This is a shared meld. Fragments of everyone's minds are scattered around here.
Not happening. She like crosses her arms. I'm not doing that.
We're not here to pry. We're not here to judge. We're trying to save your life.
Uh-huh. Or so you say.
If I wanted to learn things from you, I could have just melded singly and found out whatever I wanted while you were unconscious. In this, we can't control, and it's not as full of a sharing. It's just to bring multiple minds to bear against a mental attack.
So, what am I supposed to do to get this thing to come out then?
With Rolt, it was easy. We had him just reveal the secrets he had been holding back about what he knew about it. Do you know why Rabbit would want to have influence over you?
No, but fuck her, I'll tell you what I know. Rabbit showed up out of nowhere about 3 years ago. She came flying into Terminus space from somewhere else. Wherever she came from, it's not on the map. She came from dark space. Out in the periphery, the edge. And she seemed to already know a lot of shit because she hit the ground running. She immediately established relationships with syndicate members, and she was a boss in like 2 months because she just knew everything. She knew all the tricks of the trade. She knew the identity of every syndicate boss somehow. And Bates kind of looks around like she's expecting something to happen. I don't know. Anyway, Snake never liked that very much, but he kept it close to the chest. We played nice with her, but we didn't really work with her because, well, it was weird. And her power plays were kind of aggressive. Never really felt like she was much of a team player. Anyway, once well, the creepy fucking thing showed up. Her power plays got even more aggressive and more obvious once the big dark whatever the fuck you and Snake were dealing with arrived, I guess. And when it moved into Syndicate space, Snake bounced. He gave me control of Euphoria and he dropped off the grid. I don't even know where he is, but I have some suspicions. You guys hear a rumbling through the space. Banshee takes a gun off of her back and says, like, will this even work?
Let's hope
What?
so.
Anything
It worked last
still
time.
works.
Just
What were you saying, Sean?
What would you? Well, first of all, is it happening? Is it coming out, or did we just feel like we found the general area we need to focus on?
I don't know. There's a rumble. What happened
Okay.
happened. What were you saying?
Ray will say, "Well, if you were to see Snake again, what would you do? Would you go join back with him? Would you be upset with him for abandoning you?"
Yeah, I'd probably shoot him in the face. Fucker knew what was coming. I should have known the promotion was too good to be true. You don't just give Euphoria to someone. And then as you guys are talking, the thing appears.
Yay!
And Banshee goes, oh, well, yeah, there it is. Not exactly subtle. Take it away, Arturo.
Move here in what I'm assuming is cover.
Sorry.
Does a 16 beat this thing's passive perception?
No.
Lovely.
Look at all those eyes.
Yeah, I know. Remember, it was difficult last time. I should have just. No, I don't know if cloaking would work in this thing with that.
I think
anyway,
it didn't work last time. You weren't. I don't think you were here for the last one, but cloaking did not work against it.
it's okay.
It seems omni-aware.
Well, I am gonna go ahead and cast a spell. This one, cloaking jamming round. It may not have any effect on the fact that this thing can't cloak, but it still gives me an extra 3d6 electrical damage.
All right.
And since this is a normal attack, I'm going to turn off sharpshooter. I don't think that hits, does it?
I'll throw a contingency on it. It's a d6 this time.
Do I roll the d6 or do you?
I'll roll it.
Okay.
Hey, 20.
That'll hit.
Owner.
Nice. Nope. Fuck. So 6, 2, 2, 10 plus 18, 28 damage. My bad. I forgot to turn off sneak.
28. Alrighty.
Ooh, it's primed as well.
That pretty mate? Oh, it does. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that is the end of my turn. We'll interaction reload, and that's it.
All right, Ray.
I will go ahead and I'll throw out an ice field as a 4th level spell. So it's going to be DC 19 plus an additional 2d6 for 22 points of damage, and I will go ahead and send the card for you because it has the sticky effect. I don't know if that comes through right. It doesn't. Cool.
It got a 19.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter then. Takes half damage. But the area, any solid ground that's underneath it is going to be difficult terrain.
That'll be half of 13. Is that right?
Half of 22. That extra 9 was from
Half of 22.
casting it. And that's
Got
the spell slot.
Okay.
Sprayed a lot of
So-
those freezing
And I'll-
chemicals into the ether.
Yeah, I'll cast it like onto this like meteorite that it's like clinging to in hopes that it sticks to it.
I think it's floating.
It is just kind of floating, yeah. But you did damage to it.
Then I will move down here and I will go ahead and give a tech support to Lucille.
All right. Banshee is just going to outstretch her hand at it, open, and then clench into a fist. It fails. Taking 31 damage.
Nice.
And as its body is being like telekinetically compressed, she says, "Well, biotics work."
Everything will work here.
As long as you're
Noted.
confident with it.
What happens if I shoot one of you guys?
Then you have
Preferably don't.
fewer allies to
Already-
defend you.
Somebody should probably explain to her that if we die in here, we die.
Pretty sure this thing is after you, Banshee.
I was just curious.
Not a pretty sure thing.
A valid question.
Die in here, you die in real life.
Mm-hmm. Potentially.
Lucille.
Okay. Moving up to cover. Shoot 1. 21.
Hit.
19. Shoot 2.
Where's that warp coming from?
15.
Oh, you don't have bioluminescent rounds anymore. You can uncheck that on your sheet.
Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry. 7.
Quite all right. 15 will unfortunately miss.
Tech
I have
support.
a tech support. Is that a
Oh, there you
D4?
D8. I
It's a
think.
D10.
D10 now. Okay.
Nice.
Ooh.
That'll hit.
How about 20? For 12.
Alrighty. Aryn.
Alright, I will put up a distortion field.
Alright.
I'll take care of putting the radius up. I just need you to make it visible to everybody else. But actually, no, it doesn't even matter. Everybody's in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's 30 feet from Aryn. Like, I can make it visible to everybody, but it's, yeah. Alright, anything else?
In cover. Let's see. I'm going to do one conversion. Let's see. Distortion field is tech. Okay. So, my bonus action is converting one of my tech spell, one of my sentinel points to biotic and tech. So I use those tech points on that spell.
Alright.
So I still have one. I get one extra biotic point from that, basically.
David, you're up.
I will shift 5 feet in between the 3 Asari here. Bonus action, blood tracker the creature, and I'll just take take some Avenger shots, I suppose. I think. No, I'm gonna do a warp blast or something. I'm not getting it close to that thing.
You have anything that detonates?
Warp detonates.
I do have biotic blast. Does that detonate?
I don't think biotic blast detonates. Warp detonates, incinerate.
I mean, Eon is next.
Eon
That's
is
fair.
next, but yeah.
In other words, it's gonna get detonated. It's Eon.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Ian might put up a bubble because that's what we did last time against this thing.
Oh, man, I don't know.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Oh wait, I don't think I can use my Avenger because I have my shield equipped. So I really don't know what I can do. I'm not getting even close to that thing. I'll cast Dread on it. That's what I'll do.
Ooh.
Psychic.
What does dread do?
Toll the dead.
It's basically Toll the Dead.
Okay, it's just hold dead. Got it.
Yeah, left damage if
Yeah.
it's undamaged, right damage if it's damaged.
Which it's been damaged, so
It fail.
It takes
Alright.
14.
alright.
Nice.
And that'll be it.
Aeona, Eon Tavaro.
Trying to make sure this is how I can do it. Yeah, I can drop a biotic shield, and then I should be able to quick cast warp, right?
Ah, yes, you can do that.
Okay, cool. And that is what I'm gonna do. And I will also use my channel energy and do... No. Can't do that right now. One second.
Do you want to put it like there? Like here? Like that, right?
Yeah, that works.
Your formation wasn't great for it. You could also do this and leave Banshee out. It's up to you. Like, you leave Shepard out or you leave Banshee out?
I'll leave Banshee out. She can take care of herself.
Alright, fair enough.
Remember, we are trying to protect Banshee.
Banshee
I
can get
can
inside the
also
bubble on her
shift
next turn.
in.
Yeah, I like Shepard more though.
That's fair.
Aww, I like you too.
Why can I not figure out what this is called right now? Destructive Wrath. Jeez. Yeah. I will use my channel energy and Destructive Wrath with the warp. So max damage is just gonna be.
Did you? Oh wait, no, you can't cast another ranked spell, but you can cast it as a cantrip.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be as 26 max damage.
Plus the detonate
Wait,
damage, which is another 6.
The 32.
Okay, so yeah, 32.
Alright. DC is, or you're just, is it an attack roll?
Yeah, it was an attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 hit. And 20, wait, are 2 attack rolls?
No, I sent that one by accident. My
Okay.
laptop is freaking out, like I said.
How much is the damage from the hit then?
It's just gonna be 26.
26.
But you added 6
Plus
for the
the 6
detonate.
detonate.
Plus 6, so 32 total.
Alright, 32. There we go. Alright, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all in slapping range. Except Ray.
I don't.
Ray is not in slapping range.
Wisely.
Cowering as usual.
Okay, I'm going to move here. Let it get its opportunity attack.
You were actually close enough for it to slam you.
That misses.
Nice.
Alright.
Alright, and then over here I am going to bonus action insight check this thing to hopefully gain my sneak attack even without advantage. Does a 21 beat its deception DC?
I'm gonna check its deception DC. A 21 does beat it.
Nice. And then I'm going to take my action to ready a shot.
Alright.
And end my turn.
Ray.
You readying or aiming?
I am going to innovate
Aiming.
it. DC 19. Or no, I have to make an attack. Sorry, I've got like 10. 3 windows open. This is the spell description. This is one of my oldest spells, so I don't even have it filled in the box, but that's what it does.
Ooh.
Does a 28 hit it?
28 will hit.
All right, all those various effects happen, and at the end of its turn, it can make a Constitution check to try to get rid of all those various effects.
Have its melee damage, disadvantage.
Wow.
As soon as you said it melee attacked, I was like, this is the way to go.
Nice.
Good spell for that.
Yeah, I used it once, I think, the first ever session, and I haven't even tried to use it since, so I figured, why not?
Ray coming in clutch with the win.
And then I'll go ahead and send a tech support over to you, Arturo, just in case you need it for that shot you're about to make.
Thank you.
Yep. And that's my turn.
All right. Banshee is going to thrust her palm towards it. It has to make a strength save at disadvantage because of the debilitating drugs. Right? I think strength saves.
Disadvantage on strength saves, yeah.
So the 16 will fail. Is pushed 15 feet away and takes 12 damage.
Nice.
Then she's going to move back here with Ray.
Oh, damn. No, David wasn't close enough. Never mind. Oh, wait. Don't get opportunity attacks with that anyway, do you?
No. No, it's forced movement.
Yeah. I don't know where my head was.
She walks back there and stands beside Ray and is like, this is really fucking weird, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really get any easier either.
I love the blasé attitude for the entire thing from her. I adore it.
Yeah, Banshee's not easily impressed.
Giant hell monster in my mind. Huh, alright.
It's Tuesday. All right, Lucille, what you got?
Shoot it, make it dead.
Shoot it.
27.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to superiority die, and we're going to shove it back with
Even further. Get out of here. Everyone's just pushing it.
Strength saves, yeah.
It's gonna smack me. I don't like it at all. Yep, concussive shot, superiority die, add the damage, pushes it back 15 feet if it fails a strength save.
It succeeds.
Is that me? Okay, well I still get to add the damage, so. Take 6.
I had advantage that time.
It disadvantage. I hit the wrong thing, but
22 still beats it, yeah.
Yeah, 22
Superiority
beats it.
dice still D8s.
I thought to level 11, but if you want to check and prove me wrong, I don't mind being wrong.
When you reach 10th level, your superiority dice turn into D10.
Yes! Can I re-roll that, Zam?
Yes.
It's probably going to be worse now. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Alas.
Oh, well. That's fine. Alright. I'm clear.
You only shot once.
What? Oh, well.
There is
never
more
mind.
shooting to be done.
There is more shooting!
Miss. Unless you have the thing that lets you add a superior die to hit. Whatever it's called.
I don't think I have one.
Precise shot. Precision. I don't think you have that one.
No, I don't have that one. Nope.
Well, Alas. Aryn, Talea, our intrepid leader, take it away.
All right, Aryn is going to throw. I'm gonna throw a cryoblast at it, which is not gonna hit. Then, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hesitation on myself.
Hesitation is defeat.
You shut up. I beat that guy. Okay.
Don't cast hesitation. You'll get defeated.
Okay. Well, I'm casting Hesitation, and I'm moving up to right here.
Left the bubble.
Yep, I know.
For those not in the know, second row, final boss. Every time he beats you, he says hesitation is defeat, and it became kind of a meme because
ironic is one of his abilities. You have to kind of hesitate before blocking, or it's going to hit you.
He's trying to fuck you up. He's giving you bad advice on purpose. Hesitation is defeat.
Yeah,
Idiot.
but I believe
You
I'm
believed
within
me.
I'm within his melee reach.
You are.
Yeah, that was the goal. But I do have Hesitation up. I'm also going to mark my concentration. There we go.
Concentration on hesitation. Are you gonna move?
I did.
Oh, you did move.
Yep, I moved forward out of the bubble into his reach.
Wow. All right. Look at this guy pulling aggro. David Moreau.
Okay. That's an interesting way to say my name. I'm going to just do Dread again. I'm not getting in close to this thing. This thing nearly killed me last time. No fucking way.
It sure did.
Mhm.
Thank you for trying to not die.
It has
This time.
many attacks.
Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna hit it with Dread again.
Ooh, 21 damage.
Only if he fails, though. If he succeeds, he don't take a goddamn.
Yeah.
He don't
Ah.
take a goddamn thing. Ah, well.
Alas.
All right, that'll be it.
Yawn.
Okay. Well. I guess I'm just gonna hit it. Yeah, I'll just reaver it. Or reeve.
Oh, Reeve was really good last time.
Get reeved.
Ooh.
So 15 damage and nothing happens?
Yeah, that's about it.
Alright.
I'll start using planning dice on that next time.
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. It is going to move forward. Hesitation it's basically Sanctuary, right?
Yes. DC is 19.
Alright, all these attacks are going to get redirected to Shepard. Oh, not all. The slam doesn't actually reach. Yeah, the slam just gets wasted. The tendrils get redirected to Shepard.
Bring it. She says as she gets wrecked. I would prefer. Never mind if you. Oh, I'm down.
Hang on.
Well,
That's not
wait.
damage.
I was
Right, say, that's just a hit.
Dang,
Yeah,
so I was going to wait for the damage, and then I was going to use a planning dice on the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, Sorry, my brain went attack. That was the damage. No,
Yeah.
they both hit.
Well, apparently one's getting planning died. So you take
Yeah.
22 and then a planning die happens.
Planning die making it a 3.
Okay.
Plus
Well-
13. Is your AC higher than 16, please. Shepard.
My AC is 17.
Whew, okay,
Nice.
good.
Good thing you had a 3 on a planning die.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts me at 14. Ow.
Yeah,
Whoa,
and that
how
was
much?
one of its 3 attacks.
Oh, you take half that.
Oh yeah, because strength.
Innervate.
That's
you,
true. Get 11
only
back.
half damage for melee attacks.
You get
Ah.
11 back, and then I get to make a con save here. And
Ooh.
nope, he is still innervated.
Nice.
Sucks
Alright.
to suck, bozo.
Nice.
Does Ray actually say that?
Please say yes.
No, she's too
Please.
busy cowering in fear.
Damn.
If you were high, you would say that.
I need to get her high again.
That's true.
All right, Arturo. Sniping's a good job, mate. Let's see
All right.
it.
As long as I hit, I crit.
Oh!
Does a 23 hit?
That's,
Yes.
Yes.
mm,
Jesus Christ.
That'll be for 52, 72, 89 damage.
Wait, what?
yeah, he critted.
Yeah. As long as I hit, I crit.
He aimed last time.
Oh. It should have been plus 20, but yeah, 89. Oh my fucking god.
Not dead, is it?
Jesus Christ. You put a bullet through its mouth that explodes out the back of its head, and the thing fucking disintegrates.
Oh.
Damn, Arturo!
Hang on, you did add your cloak jamming rounds in that again, but that was only 5 damage.
Oh, no, I meant to do that. I forgot that, Dad. I was casting cloak jamming rounds again.
Ah, okay.
So it added 60. Jeez, that's a combo. All right. My god. Duly noted.
And just imagine if somebody cast haste on me, I could do that every round until I run out of tech point.
Jesus Christ.
Good shot, Arturo.
That feels balanced. Anyway.
Yeah. It doesn't help that I
That feels
specifically built
balanced.
Arturo
Well, he
around
didn't-
breaking that.
So he did 0 damage last turn to do that this turn.
True.
Yeah.
That's the
That's fair.
the balance.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's only if somebody casts haste on me that it really becomes broken.
Which is pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, Banshee kind of looks around and it's like, was that it? Are we done?
Hey, that was a lot harder last time.
I think that's it. Unless
Banshee looks at you guys and is like, you guys really kind of hyped that up a bit.
it was harder last time we fought it. We weren't as strong.
Yeah, that was a little bit anticlimactic for us as well, I think.
Definitely
I'd
expected
also-
that to be a lot worse.
I also think
Exact
because,
same stats as last time, by the way. Like, exact same
Oh,
stat
wow.
block as last time.
Damn.
Oh, never mind. Well, then that's
If anything, I thought you were going to beef it up a little bit.
No, that was exactly the same as the last one. Yeah.
Well,
I feel like
that's actually good news because that means that she's not really getting any stronger with her parasites, so that's good for us.
It also tells us that the parasite's age doesn't matter.
Or it means we just taught her, or it means that we just showed her she needs to up her game. Yay, we did it!
As long as we're sure that there's no other surprises for us, we can start the process
I don't know,
of
can-
exiting this.
Can you sense presence and see if it's still in here?
Or if there's anything else in here.
Yeah, I guess I'll cast.
Yeah, cast Biotic Presence.
What were you saying, David?
If we have time.
Oh, I was
I'll
just gonna say that maybe, I mean, on top of our own achievements, maybe it was also because she was probably just implanted with the thing. I don't know how long it was inside of Ralt, but that one inside of Ralt, yeah, was definitely there a lot longer. I don't know.
We are much stronger too.
It was just a theory.
It was like, and I got a cooler gun now.
Well, if that wraps that up, says Banshee, can all of you get the fuck out of my head, please?
Yes. Let's start the what's I don't want to say like log out.
Extraction?
I don't want to say extraction because that sounds like we're trying to pull something out of Banshee's mind. But yeah, let's work on getting out of here and dismantling the meld.
Time to dip.
All right.
It'll take a few minutes.
I do think time to dip is the scientific term, yeah. No, withdrawal is good. Yeah, Sean got the actual one. Let's bounce, everybody. All right.
No.
No, you just I live here now. Fuck you, Banshee. I'm staying. All right.
That's when Banshee starts attacking us.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to use that tech support you gave me.
All right. You all wake up in Banshee's room. Banshee also wakes up, but she looks heavily drugged. Like her eyes are half closed and she can't get up. And she's just laying there looking kind of frustrated. Is this why you fucking drugged me?
Yeah.
In my defense, I knew nothing about this.
And we don't know what Rabbit could have made you do.
All right, well, I'm clean then, right? We're good. We're done here.
Would you consider the effects that she's under to be poisoned?
Yeah, it'll count.
Okay. Ray will just touch her with a little bit of fabricated metagel, and use my treatment protocol ability to remove the poison condition.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely not poison, it's like sleep meds, but generally speaking in D&D and equivalents, I tend to just treat being drugged by anything as poison for the sake of mechanics. I do the same thing with like alcohol. It's just easier to like put it all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, it is poison.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess sleeping meds are also technically poison. If you take enough, you will die. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
all medicine
poison.
is just like, yeah, it's like all medicine is microdoses of poison.
With intended effects, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Microdoses.
I mean, the funny thing is, anything's poison if you take enough, but that's a rabbit hole I won't go down.
Including water.
Yeah, you can literally have water poisoning. Like that is
Everything
a thing.
has a lethal dose.
Or did
Yep.
you drown before you got killed by water poisoning? But that's besides the point.
So after Rhea does that, she's able to sit up and kind of shake her head. She looks at Ray, and it looks for a moment like Banshee might have considered thanking her, but then she reconsiders and does not.
Damn it!
Almost. But then
Ray's done so much for her. She just wants to thank you.
she looks at the rest of the party and says, well, actually, she'll look right at Aryn and say, am I free to go?
Of course. We're not holding you prisoner.
That's surprising.
Why so?
Hey, whatever, I'll take it. And she'll get up and start to make her way toward the door.
What will you do now?
Probably find Snake and kill him. Or at least beat the shit out of him.
We'll be looking for Snake at some point ourselves. We still consider him an ally. We need all we can get.
If you promise to only beat the shit out of him, you can stay with us.
Or as long as we have a defibrillator ready.
You know,
We've got
we're-
two. You can kill him once.
You know, working with the Syndicate under wraps is one thing. You realize you're inviting a Syndicate underboss onto your ship, right? How do you think the Drell out there is going to feel about that, eh?
The Drell's beef is only with certain Syndicate bosses.
Moreover,
Killing one underboss that doesn't really have any resources available would not do much towards her objective of combating the Syndicate.
and it's not like you're really part of the Syndicate anymore. I mean, they kind of cooked you.
That's a valid point.
Besides, you and her share a common intent of killing a Syndicate boss.
Alright. But I don't want you to turn around later and suddenly have issues with how I operate. Understand, if I'm joining your crew, even for a little while, I do things my way. And I've killed a lot of people, and a lot of them were innocent. So if you can't sleep with that, don't be making this offer.
My only concern is completing the mission. As long as you do nothing that interferes with that, or eliminates a potential resource that we could tap for that, then you're welcome to stay.
Wow. Ice cold. What was your name again, Spectre?
Aryn.
Cool. Alright. From one
Really
Spectre
leaning
to
into
another.
that renegade now.
Fair enough.
You definitely won't get paid like Snake paid you, though.
Should I call you Captain or something then?
They've called me out by my name, Captain, Spectre, whatever you're most comfortable with. I'll answer to most.
Spectre works.
Except for that one word.
There is definitely one word you should not call me.
Don't tell Banshee what that word is.
No, well, I'll kick her
Well-
off the ship if she uses it.
Well, I'm gonna go see.
Airlock.
I'm gonna go find out if your ship's coffee maker is dog shit or not, and if you want to hear about where I think Snake is, you can accompany me.
Our coffee maker is pristine, thank you. It's the most well-functioning machine on this entire ship.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Hey.
Aryn will accompany Banshee because she is interested in Banshee's
Arturo is
ideas
ready.
of where Snake might have gone to hide.
Arturo is prepared to be offended and insulted.
I spend up to 13 hours a day working on the engine, and you're going to say that the coffee maker is the most high-performing piece of machinery on this ship? I'm actually offended, Arturo. And Ray will walk out of the
I was waiting for Ray to come up and beat you. Like,
Make sure you wash your hands, Ray.
Yeah.
And should we get you in for an antibiotic now with the doc?
How many minutes did that take, Zan?
I think it's at least 10 minutes to withdraw.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 10 more minutes. Banshee strolls into the ship's mess hall, and as soon as she sees the coffee maker, she's like, "Oh, really? You guys really drink Soul Brew?"
I'm pretty
And
sure.
and the model is 4,000. Do they even make this thing anymore? Come on.
While we're at the Citadel, if you want, you can go out and find a Beyond the Starbucks. They have them on every
Like-
corner.
Bye.
You're suggesting I go and buy coffee from some shop that some idiot made? No, thanks. And this is trash. She points to the coffee maker. I am gonna need a French press.
We'll put it on the list.
Called it.
We're a little strapped for cash after upgrading things like the weapons. and the defensive systems.
I can make sure she gets a French press.
Yeah,
You guys
French,
wanna
a French press
specifically
would be
for-
like 10 credits. Like that's a very simple and cheap item. Yeah.
David makes sure he
Hypothetically-
locks his door whenever Banshee goes by, because she is not allowed to touch any of his good culinary utensils. No. My French press, my machine.
So she sits down and puts her boots up on the table
Oh, this.
and says, "If I were Snake and I wanted to go to ground, I would be in Neopolis."
What can you tell me about it?
Big ass city right under our asses. After the Reaper War, bunch of species stranded on Earth. What was left of the human government made a giant quarantine zone out of the ruins of Europe, and it turned into a multi-racial, multicultural megacity. Then they built Citadel Prime, and anyone with any money left. So now it's a giant high-tech shithole. A lot of people living there. Anyone who couldn't afford to leave. Perfect place to hide. It's right under the Citadel, which makes it pretty fucking protected. And considering there's a couple billion people living in that city across 10 different species of alien, you can disappear and no one will ever fucking find you. I bet he's right here on Earth. Right below us.
Well, a man of his talents, if he wants to disappear, he'll probably be very good at it.
I mean, it's the place to do it. If you haven't been to Neopolis, you're not missing much. The only thing worse than the sights are the fucking smells. And the rest of you will recall that that is where the adventure took place. When
Yeah.
Rook was gone.
Nice.
Who did we lose? Oh, we're good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Well,
We'll have to prioritize different parts of the mission. We're currently looking for a Solarian scientist that could be very valuable to the enemy, and seeking to deprive them of him one way or the other. Ideally to rescue, but if necessary, to eliminate. There seems to be a strange paradox, though, that there are indications of two of him. In a similar way, there are indications that there were two rabbits, although one is dead. Like, hard proof and evidence. Dead.
yeah, I don't know anything about a dead rabbit.
Just somehow, there are two of her and two of our Solarian scientists. Somehow. But our scientist is time sensitive, so that's going to be our priority over finding Snake.
Fair enough. I trust you already have what you need. I saw your little Quarian hacking Snake's computer.
Yes, we did get information from there to point us in the right direction.
Well, there you go then.
Does anyone have a better ideas than going for the Tsukiyomi Nebula?
I thought we were already en route there while we were helping Banshee out.
I look out the window as I see the Citadel.
Yeah, you're stuck. The
Council
ship
won't
is
let us leave.
the ship cannot leave the Citadel until the council is holding the Saratoga at the Citadel until it is proven to them that Aryn is not compromised, at which point you will receive a sizable discretionary fund for your mission.
And then more shopping. So let's get that
Yeah.
clearance.
So that was, yeah, I went over that at the beginning of the session. You
Yeah.
guys are stuck here right now.
Yeah. Well, the only proof that we would have would be Eon's word, unless we were to contact our that other Asari from CSEC that we taught how to detect them as well.
That might be our best bet.
Let me find her. Because her name was somewhere, right? Characters, council.
Yeah, she's in there. That would be Ushora.
Yes.
CSEC Commander.
Commander Ashora. So yeah, Aryn will head to the conference room and reach out to the council.
All right.
And even if they're not available, like, she'll leave a message that she's ready to, she's ready to confirm that that she's no longer compromised. If they require proof, then Commander Ashora of CSEC is capable of detecting the presence that compromised her in the first place.
You're gonna send that message along?
Yes.
All right.
I'd also like to bring Eon with me when we go, so that Eon can confirm that Ashora is still not compromised herself.
All right. Banshee's gonna hang out in the mess hall while you deal with this.
And Aryn will say to Lucille, like, just keep an eye on her.
That sounds like a really great idea. I think I will grab a cup of hot chocolate. Thanks, Aryn. And she proceeds to make a cup of hot chocolate and sit down at the table.
In pretty short order, you're able to grab a cab over to Ushora's section. As you'll recall, there are multiple CSEC commanders who have different jurisdictions all the way around the ring, because Citadel Prime is absolutely massive. And Ushora is in charge of the jurisdiction that happens to contain the garden, which you guys had a whole bunch of stuff with at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to make your way out. It contains more than that, but it's the one that the garden is in. And she's able to make some time for you and arranges a meeting in her office. On your arrival, she says, "I got your message, but what is this about?"
You remember the parasite that we taught you how to detect?
Yes.
Well, I had one in me for a while. Not a long while, but long enough that I was puppeteered during a report into the council. So they've grounded me until I can confirm that I'm no longer compromised.
I see. All right, then. Well, I have since used what you showed me, and it has identified some individuals to me, though I haven't been able to confirm that it's working properly or not. I wouldn't be able to do that without some way to actually see it. But for what it's worth, I can perform the check that you taught me and fill out a formal report to the council that I did so, at least to the best of my knowledge. Naturally, if there are failings in this biotic ability, I wouldn't know about them.
Well, neither would we. But we have done a deep dive into my mind, and well, we did clear out any presence that was there, at least any that made itself known. Hopefully,
All right.
there's nothing lingering.
She'll put her hand out and concentrate for a moment. I'm not sensing anything from you.
Well, then hopefully that's good enough for the council. If there is anybody that you've detected it in and want to have it removed, our team has actually fairly well refined our method for removal, although it's still a slow process that can't be done too many times in a row.
You'd be hard-pressed. The individuals that I've detected parasites in all happen to live in the garden. Many of them are extremely wealthy or important individuals who probably wouldn't give you the time of day.
Well, if you detect anybody in, like, the high ranks of your own forces, people close to you or otherwise with significant influence that are accessible, you know who to call.
All right, then. And, yeah, she'll send that report out, along with Eon's testimony as well and the rest of the crew. And by the time you get back to your ship, you have an encrypted message from the council.
Okay, and I'll definitely give her my my thanks before we leave.
Naturally, yeah.
All right, and I'll check the message from the council.
The council has thoroughly reviewed the testimony of individuals on board the Saratoga, as well as C-Section Commander Ushora, and have elected to return Spectre privileges and full power to Aryn Talia. In addition, the mission that you are currently on has been raised to top priority. We are now requesting one thing from you to send back to us, encrypted correspondence, and that is, in your opinion, what you believe the best course of action would be for the council to take moving forward, specifically in regard to putting other specters on this task. In other words, the council is taking this seriously now. They're going to put other people on this. What should those other people be doing?
Well,
naturally, you can tell them that that's a bad idea and they just shouldn't do it.
I mean, the only thing I would think would be to put them on like our quests of getting species to join the Galactic Readiness Task Force, but those are like on our docket and everything.
I mean, you can still do that, and if any of them succeed, you'll level up.
Yeah.
Like if there's a species you just don't want to deal with, you could tell them to put other resources towards that.
I wish we'd known that before we went after the Solarians.
I mean, whatever you want to tell them, whatever, you know. But from their perspective, it makes sense to put more resources toward this if it's that important.
Yeah. Putting more specters on counter syndicate operations.
Okay, focus on counter syndicate.
Well, sorry, I'm just musing about ideas right now. I'd
Okay.
probably consult the rest of the crew if anybody has any ideas.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Call a meeting. Call a meeting, let everybody know that the council is ready to take this seriously. And they are thinking of putting other Spectres with their own ships and crews on this mission, and they want your advice on where those resources would best be allocated.
Yeah, so I'll call everybody to the conference room and lay it all out.
All right, you're all there, and it has been explained.
My thought would be counter-syndicate operations would allow the council to free up war assets for the task force.
The Syndicate basically is the enemy force at this point, though, right?
They're the majority of the enemy's war assets themselves.
I mean, gathering information about our enemy and their allies would probably be high up there too. We have a lot of what ifs or wheres or we don't knows and stuff like that, so
Get
it'd be
our own
nice to
information
have
network going since we don't have snakes anymore.
Exactly.
Definitely wouldn't hurt.
Information gathering and counter syndicate operations. While we continue to focus on our own missions.
I think counter syndicate operations might be exceptionally effective because didn't we at one point have a theory that they were going to use this biotic drug to be able to basically brain control everybody who uses the drug because they can only brain control biotics or something like that?
Well, remember that Dr. Jackbar was working on giving biotic abilities to those without them.
Not Jackbar.
Not Jackbar. Sorry, Ulzik, sorry.
That was Ulzik's whole thing, correct? That was like his entire thing he was doing, yeah.
So as silly as it might be, stopping the drug trade might actually be a bigger pain in their butt than much else.
Mm-hmm. Countering drug trafficking into Citadel space. Not tipping our hand that we know where it's all being held.
And
although
I
a
mean,
resourceful Spectre would probably figure it out on their own.
I mean, if we really, really want to be like safe about this, rooting out infected individuals, people with parasites, and other people who are working without intention under Rabbit. That's another good idea.
The more people that know what to look for and can deal with it, the less of a information gathering they'll have.
As long as they have.
Plus, we don't want to start a war and then all of a sudden half the leaders in the Alliance get murdered because their second in command are all parasite filled.
My worry is if we start openly opposing and exposing the parasites that we lost Ez. that might trigger activation of more on a massive scale. I don't want to send other Spectres like on our main missions, but that might be the biggest contribution they can make. But
I mean, you don't have to like meta game it and be like, oh, these are story missions, we have to do it. It's not really how it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just you have a new resource available to you. The council is going to put other Spectres on this mission. They just want to know like what would be helpful for them to do. It is not as though make the choice that Aryn would make. Don't be like, oh, but what if Zan prepped this whole thing and now we're not going to see it? Don't worry about that, right? You should be thinking of this in character as like what would actually be helpful to you guys in the galaxy for them to do.
So My thought would be to have them.
You might be overthinking it a little.
Yeah, my
bit.
thought would be to have them report to Primarch Victus for getting war assets together, like seeing where he needs assets pulled from.
Okay.
And have him like allocate resources that way. We'll probably also report to him ourselves to let him know what we've already gotten and what's on our list.
Yeah, that's one thing. You could have them go help the Turians wrap things up so that they can dedicate more of their war assets.
Mm-hmm. We do kind of want to approach the Krogans ourselves because we have a plan for that already. And Aryn also wants to handle the Batarian side quest ourselves.
Does anyone else have any kind of feedback on this?
Aside from that, just counter syndicate operations would be my thought.
No?
That sounds solid.
I think that's a good idea, to have them go and do all the planet scanning side quests in Mass Effect 3 and pick up all the extra fighters and stuff.
Yep.
Because I definitely think, like,
Send them into
Vorcha,
Reaper territory.
the Vorcha, super helpful. Volus could be super helpful. Elcor could be super helpful. So there's definitely, like, armies that aren't our primary goal that could be added. So
good luck
I
getting
think
a
that's a good
united
idea.
Vorcha front.
Hey, man, if something pisses them off enough. Shepard is able to do it, so
Vorcha?
yeah. You can recruit the Vorcha, kind of. Their planet's under a consistent siege from the very beginning, and they rebel against them, and you can get like Vorcha fighting squads and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably what we'll do, Zan.
All right. Put your formal report together because there were a lot of things talked about. So I need to know exactly what you are recommending.
So Aryn will reiterate to the council that Primarch Victus is trying to reassemble the Galactic Readiness Task Force, and that Spectres can report to him for marching orders on what assets he feels are lacking, and they can help secure them. Aside from that, sending Spectres on operations against the Syndicate, or at least upping them, because I'm sure they already have some of those in action. But yeah, upping counter Syndicate operations. With the exception of Snake and Rat, all can be considered viable targets. Warhorse can be considered acting against his will, but still in support of the enemy.
Okay.
Basically,
Also,
the info that I know about the Syndicate and what their bosses are doing.
That's really vague. So how much info? Like everything? Are you gonna dump like all of it?
No. I mean, I'm saying with regard to specific Syndicate bosses, Snake and Rat can be considered friendly. Warhorse can be considered acting against his will.
Okay. Do you tell them anything else, or that's it?
I'd probably mention Rabbit. It was considered like too powerful to touch directly.
Okay.
Were there any
And then-
others, guys, that I should mention?
No, that sounded pretty good.
Now, other than assisting Primarch Victus with securing war assets and interfering with Syndicate movements and operations, is there anything else that they should be doing? Or are those the two things?
Don't go near Amos. Do not engage independently.
Yeah, direct conflict with the Void is strongly ill-advised. strongly discouraged.
Does this in the chat look like what you're telling them to do?
Looks good to me.
I need to know, I don't want to walk away with like a vague thing and then, I need to know like exactly what it is that you're sending to them in a message. So. All right. You said it looked good to you.
Mm-hmm.
No one's saying anything because
Yeah.
everyone's on Valium tonight. So I'm going to lock it in. Everyone,
Well, don't forget to
No,
have
look
have
good.
fun.
y'all need to do like a water dunk and slap your faces a little bit. My God. All right. This fucking music is putting you to sleep.
Sorry.
This is literally a decision that if we make wrong, we die. So if I just don't get myself involved, then I can blame everyone else when it goes wrong. So why would I get involved?
Yeah.
So instead of playing devil's advocate, you're gonna be that "I told you so" at the end of it. Is that what I'm hearing, Ray?
I'll
That's
add
just- I mean-
I'll add as a side note for the council any technological assets that we can leverage will be more effective against Amos than any ground forces or biotics. Tech is going to be our greatest weapon here.
All right.
Zan, can I assume that the coffee maker has some sort of virtual intelligence inside of it?
Oh God,
Like
are you going to awaken the coffee maker?
What are you doing to my coffee maker?
Well, David has his friend who he can talk to now. Maybe Arturo wants to talk to his friend.
God.
I don't know if
What
we
is
should
my
be
purpose?
calling
You make coffee.
Adam David's friend.
David thinks he is.
Oh no, we're
Please
friends.
don't.
Fuck you, Arturo.
That's why
Please
That's why
don't
Ray
do
thinks Banshee is
anything.
her friend.
Oh God.
Right, we're not
There we go.
ascending
Like
the
the coffee
programming of the
maker.
coffee machine.
Well, I
It just
gotta
needs
test
to
it
make
on something.
coffee. That's all. It just has to make coffee.
Trying to wake us up there, Sam.
There we go. It's time to wake up. All right. You have sent it out.
Uniting the galaxy here.
Let's do it.
All right. Where am I going to put this? Probably in info. I'll get an icon for it later. There we go.
Well, we also got the Spectre asset added to our asset board, didn't we?
What do you mean?
Like on the Galactic Readiness thing? There's not going to be a cool little one that just says Spectre asset?
I think it's council.
It's going to be council, yeah.
Oh, well, that's not nearly as cool. I don't like the council.
Oh,
I don't like the council. Fair.
too bad.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
probably what the council said too.
I also want to ask the council if they have any information on what the catalyst is, because that is something that we are looking for. We've heard rumors about that. We don't know exactly what it is.
All right. Well, really quick. I'm grabbing the Spectre icon for this handout because I like handouts to have art. There. All right. Other Spectre orders done. Are you going to ask them about that in an encrypted message, or do you want to actually go talk to them? Yeah, do you want to just like send them an email about that, or are you going to like go over there and talk to
Well,
them
if they
about
don't
it?
have any information, then going to talk to them isn't going to do much. It's going to be a big waste of time.
That's fair to say.
But
So
if they do have any information about it, though, I'd be interested in speaking face to face about it.
Well, when you email them about it, their response is going to be that is deeply classified, but if you can prove to them its importance, they might have some information for you. It's very need to know.
Great. Great. Proving the importance.
Yeah.
The
like
galaxy
why you
ending
need-
episode.
Why you need to know that. Yeah, if you can prove that you need to know for that, then they might have something to tell you about it. They are also going to give you your discretionary fund.
Oh, good.
Woot.
It is 3 million credits.
Fantastic.
There you go.
So let's see. That would be 375k for everybody and an additional 375 for the ship fund.
Do you want to split it 8 ways like that?
Is everybody all right with that?
Yeah.
Keeping one
I
share
most certainly
for
am.
the ship, basically giving a share to Adam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
Right.
a good thing to do is continue to put things into the ship.
All right, I'm going to put it in the ship fund, and then if you want, you're welcome to like shop more ship upgrades. Up to you, or you can just keep it in the ship fund. Either way, you guys have some shopping to do because you
Oh,
have
hell yeah.
the money from earlier, and you have this money here. It's a good place for a break, so I'm going to step away. But you're welcome to. You're at the You're at Citadel Prime. Anything you could want to buy is there. You don't have to like ask. Like it is.
Cool.
You know that you're at the place to buy stuff. So, get your shopping done. Go get a drink. Whatever. I'll BRB.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if we have everyone back yet. I guess we do.
I
Yeah.
think we do, yeah. Everybody's back.
No, I did say
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we have everybody. You can go live. We're
Yep.
here.
All right, we're back.
All right. What's up? What's going on? You guys. You've done your shopping at Citadel Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You got your discretionary fund. You've given your standing orders to the other specters.
Aryn,
Your ship is upgraded and unlocked and ready to go.
Aryn is going to request that Ray spend any time necessary to get materials from the Citadel that would be necessary to potentially bring the Tsukiyomi relay back online.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea.
That would be our quickest way back. Otherwise, it's going to be another long journey.
Ray,
Another 2 weeks, and Lord knows what's going to happen in those 2 weeks.
Ray,
Sorry,
you know, or Sean, I don't know. You would know that bringing a relay back online depends a lot on what state it's in. The good news is, because it's on the edge of the galaxy, it was very far away from the catalyst going off and wrecking everything. So the damage probably isn't severe. Even that said, though, like even with that, for you and Decimius to fix a mass relay, just the two of you, is going to be one hell of a fucking task. You would expect there to be like hundreds of people on that with like huge ships of supplies that would basically set up around it and like work on it for a long time.
Arturo,
Do I think I would be able to basically jumpstart it to get one jump out of it if we needed to make an emergency exit?
You could give, in honesty, you could give your Spectre a big fat maybe on that. Like it's a coin flip.
Arturo can't help, by
well-
the way. He also has a really good tech.
Well, Aryn, it really just depends on the damage that's done. They're monstrous, colossal structures. I'm sure you're aware of that. So having 2 people, even 3 people working on it, it's really just dependent on the damage. I may or may not be able to get it to activate like a sparking a car battery, so we can make one jump if necessary, but getting it back up and running would be completely dependent on what was done to it.
Fortunately, there's also a research station in the area that might have any materials you might need.
Plus, the council sent us there, like they sent me with the intention of having me be there to repair the
No. I mean, you were there to assess the damage.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually fixing it is like a huge endeavor. You were on the team to like look at it and make a full report on like what would be needed to get it up and running. And
then, in your
the
estimation,
reason I brought it up is because we probably have something in storage to help me in that endeavor. No,
you do. You have in your cargo bay what you need to fully analyze the damage and create like a report that could be used to assemble a team that would then fix it over the course of weeks. But yeah.
Then, in your estimation, would it be worth the extra time to upgrade our FTL drive while we're still here?
well, I think upgrading the FTL drive could be useful, especially if I can only get a small jump out of the relay. Because if I can get a really small jump and then we can initiate the FTL more effectively, then it would probably have more chance of succeeding.
All right, even something
It really
to save
just
us a
depends
couple
on
days.
how. Yeah, it really just depends on how much confidence you have that we would need to be able to get out of there as fast as possible.
All right, I'd like to allocate 120,000 credits from the ship fund to upgrade the FTL drive to advanced.
You got it. All right.
There goes alarm number 1.
It's okay, it's just the FTL drive. You can turn off the master alarm. We're just upgrading it. We're not destroying it.
All right. The speed of your FTL drive has almost doubled.
Oh, nice. That'll save us days.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
You'll note that the light years of FTL per tank of fuel hasn't changed, so it isn't any more efficient. It's just much faster.
Mm-hmm.
So it will burn fuel a lot quicker as well.
Of course.
How much would it cost us to upgrade it again?
300,000.
300,000.
Yeah.
You almost have in the ship fund.
We have 255.
I have 100,000. I could put another 45 credits towards that. 45,000 credits towards that. We could go ahead and
Fucking be zipping around.
If you're willing to spend it, yeah, let's do it.
I'm willing to spend it. Like anything to make sure, anything to limit the amount of time that we are inactive in the in council space.
Very reasonable. I like it. Let's do that.
All right. It'll be 45k more if you empty the ship fund.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll remove 45k from my credit amount. That'll bring me down to like 90 something. The last time it took us 2 weeks to get back. Hopefully now it'll only take us 4 or 5 days.
Well, as of right now, we've increased our speed by 40%. So let's see what it is after the second upgrade. Because it was 1530 and now it's 5025.
139, 250 minus 45,000 brings me down to 94, 250.
Let's see. All right. When you ask the crew chief there to have that installed, he pauses and says, "All right." He looks at the Saratoga. I guess it'll fit. It's gonna look a little funny. What you're asking for is the FTL drive off of an Alliance battle cruiser, so that's gonna be a big honking engine. But I mean, we could do it.
Raise in the background. Yes, big engine.
All right. And they have installed Elite FTL drive, which is top of the end military hardware.
It is
70
more
light.
than twice as fast.
Yeah, you went from 30 to 70.
Excellent.
Nice.
So instead of a week, it's gonna take. You could get from. You could get back from the edge of the galaxy. You could FTL.
Like 5 days now, right?
Yeah, I mean, it took you a week to get back to the nearest relay.
I think it was
So
2 weeks actually last time.
Yeah, it took us 2 weeks last time.
it was 2 weeks. So now it's going to be like less than a week.
Yeah.
It'll
Better
take you
watch
like
out, Aryn.
5 days to get to the nearest relay from
Excellent.
there.
Perfect.
You better watch out, Aryn. If you make the ship go too fast, you'll have almost no time for your sex scene before we get to the final relay to end the campaign.
And that would be truly sad. Now, here's the question. Which of your love interests are you going to take? The giant crazy spider thing, or what was your other option?
Kronk.
Yeah. Now you'll note.
Take the Krogan, take the Krogan, take the Krogan.
You'll note that the FTL drive is only for travel. So while you were able to travel very fast, your evasive thrusters have not been upgraded. In a space fight, the FTL drive doesn't do that much other than just leaving, basically.
I did upgrade them last time, so
Yeah, but they're upgraded only once.
Yeah, I think we're relying
Yeah.
on our stealth core for the moment more than our thrusters.
Yeah,
Ray and Simius are going to get to work calibrating the power and everything, so it doesn't blow up the ship the minute we try to actually
That's a
engage
good
FTL.
idea. Calibration's 24/7. He's a Turian. He's good at that.
I'm actually going to adjust your special features to make all of them elite, so that each one does have an upgrade available, but only the top level upgrade.
Ooh.
Because it has been 20 years since the Normandy was flying. Like, surely they must have some experimental tech that's better than what they had back then.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it definitely qualifies as elite, because back then it was like cutting edge. But now there is probably there's always a new cutting edge, right? The cutting edge moves.
Yeah.
Hey, David,
yes.
if you're willing to go half in with me, I'll help you improve those thrusters again. Get them up to advanced.
120k,
It'll be 60 apiece.
60k each.
Well, you know me, I love having a smooth ride, and finally good to have something that's on par with my talents. So yeah, I'll do it.
Jesus
Alright.
Christ,
I'll
we're
bring me
going
down
to
to
pull through the
34.
final fight with level 8 gear and a freaking completely souped up ship.
Yep, I'll go ahead and dump 60k off of my fucking thingy.
We've been ignoring the ship upgrades for a very long time. It's about time we started just dumping everything we had into it.
Fortunately, we've not had to rely on it, but the one time we did, we risked losing a crew member.
Yeah. I got 2 natural 20s though, so what are the chances I won't do that again?
Yeah, that was fantastic. We got lucky on that.
Alrighty. Your evasive thrusters, you're up to 10 kilometers per turn, maneuvering up to 120 degrees in a turn. Most importantly, the AC is now 16 plus space vehicle, result divided by 5, rounded down from 14, so plus 2 armor class. So it used to be 12, and now it's 16, because you've upgraded it twice.
Nice.
Yeah, so give me a space vehicles check there, David.
Time to roll a natural 1.
So that's
That's still 2 additional.
that's 2. So the armor class would be 18 if you rolled that. Yeah.
Oh,
And with your
That's
ability to roll a
rolled.
27, you could bring the armor class up to 21.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
well, hot
And
damn.
the attack rolls are going to be whatever the heavy weapon roll is for the gunners shooting at you, right? Because I count ship weapons as heavy weapons, so it's just going to be somebody rolling whatever the fuck their heavy weapons attack is against 16 plus, whatever you end up giving it.
Yeah,
So
I don't have heavy
21's
weapons.
21's pretty hard to hit for like most things. Like that's quite high. All right.
Alright, let's go piss off the Elder God.
And you could always have some biotics outside on tethers in spacesuits casting shield. Oh, sorry. I had the intrusive thought of like of one of you fuckers like out there, and it's like people are shooting at the Saratoga, and you're like casting shield. So stupid.
If that actually worked, that would be, yeah, really stupid.
I would. You can do it, but if you get hit with spaceship weapons, it's gonna hurt a fucking lot. Because you'll see from the Saratoga's weapons, which are not even like top of the line necessarily, that
do a lot of damage.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they're-
like
yeah, your weapons are all just like modern standard, and they do a
And it-
shit ton.
yeah, like our freaking railgun does 20 d8 damage, and that's only modern.
I mean, it makes sense that a fucking spaceship's gun would be a lot.
Oh yeah,
Like,
wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had the
Anyway.
credits, I'd upgrade that too.
Hell yeah. All right, are you guys gonna roll out of here?
I think we go ahead and roll out and set our course back for Tsukiyomi system.
All right.
Unless anybody has anything else to do here.
No.
I got my armor. I got my gun. I'm ready to roll.
While
The
we're
sword's
on
got
the
a new
way
custom
there,
grip and blade.
while we're on the way there, I do have a message I need to send to Primarch Victus through the quantum communicator. Because I did tell Decimius that I would keep the Primarch informed.
All right. What's up?
I was gonna say, like, Mark, didn't you want to convince the Citadel to give you that information first before we left?
Oh yeah, about the catalyst.
Yeah.
You can do that over a quantum communicator too.
Okay.
You guys can get on your way and you can quantum communicate with people.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll send it to the council first, actually.
You're gonna start with the council.
Yeah.
All right.
Get the worst out of the way.
All right. You use the quantum communicator to contact the council. They pick up, and they say, "Spectre, we understand you've just left."
Yes, I did want to get back on the mission. We've been on downtime a little long. With regard to my latest inquiry for information on the catalyst, it is because one of the assets that we've found for leveraging against Amos is heavily tech-based and very powerful, but it has not been brought up to power yet because it uses old Reaper code. It is not a threat in its current state. If it were to be activated, it could be, though. Our indications show that if we had access to something called the Catalyst, then it could be used to stabilize that code and bring this asset to full power without being a risk. We know the Catalyst was referred to in the Reaper War, but we don't know fully what its true nature is.
Spectre, this piece of technology you are referring to, which has Reaper code, is it with you right now on your ship?
Yes.
Current threat notwithstanding, we are going to need you to return to the Citadel and turn that technology over immediately.
Unfortunately, the technology is thoroughly integrated into the ship. It can't be removed from it.
Then we will give you a new ship.
So we're not docking at the Citadel again, is what I'm hearing.
I'm afraid, Spectre, that what you've described is not acceptable even under the dangerous circumstances we find ourselves. It is our understanding that Spectres make their own decisions on the ends justifying the means, but in this particular case, you have violated an agreement made just under 2 decades ago by this current standing council, and one which we have upheld firmly above all else, regardless of what galactic peril might be faced, because the consequences for such material being mishandled is another Reaper war. This is a road that we have already been down, and the conclusion has already been reached. There will be no negotiation on this. That technology must be turned over so that it can be destroyed.
I do have them face to face here, right? I do have holograms of them, right?
Yes, you have holograms of them, correct.
Aryn is going to just, glance at the Solarian counselor to see if he speaks up at all.
He isn't saying a word. And he's avoiding eye contact with you.
Fascinating.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody needs to have their hand raised for them. Care to join the conversation?
Am I to understand, then, that the council is not interested in knowing where this was obtained? Or how or from whom?
Now the Solarian counselor speaks. That isn't relevant. What's relevant is that you need to turn that technology in immediately.
Wow.
And the rest of the council isn't seeing any of that as odd?
They're focused on having you turn around and come back and give it to them. They're all laser focused on this. You have just told them, hey, I need to know this thing because I have a sentient nuke that can at any time make 1 million other nukes and kill everybody in the whole galaxy instantly and everyone dies forever. And I have this, and it's just on my ship. That's how they see it. They're like, okay, you have a Reaper war in a box. So they don't get, no, they're not paying attention to the Solarian. They don't give a shit about anything. Someone could walk up and slap one of them and they wouldn't even react. This is too important. They are 1 billion % okay, the Spectre just admitted to having a Reaper war in their pocket. Come back and fucking turn that shit in. That's how they're looking at this. To them, that is what they're hearing. So they're not looking at each other. They're looking at you.
All right. So I'll look back at the council as a whole and say, counselors, you have my assurance that this piece of technology is vital to my mission, and that currently poses no threat, and I will ensure that it will not pose a threat until this portion of it can be stabilized.
You need to understand, Spectre, that this is a no negotiation, no budging issue. We have Spectres who have, until recently, largely done nothing but hunt down scavengers who are trying to use Reaper tech and execute them. Possession of such technology carries a death penalty without trial under ordinary circumstances. Now, given the situation, we are not attempting to do anything to you or your crew, but the asset you've described must be seized and will be disposed of. you will not face any punishment or repercussions, and we will not interrogate you on how you came to possess this technology. We just cannot allow you to continue to fly around with it on your ship.
Okay.
So we're not docking at the Citadel anymore.
Damn shame that I've lost all docking procedures.
So, she'll,
Joker, hang up on these clowns.
no, I got this.
I mean, you could, like, try to throw the Solarians into the bus. You don't feel like it would get you out of this remotely. It would just get them in shit, too. It might get some Solarians killed by Spectres.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to
maybe
get
not
some
the best idea,
Solarians
then.
assassinated by Spectres, you can probably make that happen, but it will not make them not want you to give them at them. Like, they're still going to want that.
In the Solarian government, it's at the highest level. Like, the Dalatras herself was in on this.
Which is how they hid this shit from the council.
And then we just...
Works.
It would create a diplomatic nightmare. It would be an absolute fucking nightmare for them to figure out how to navigate that. But it would not in any way make them be like, okay, you can have it now. No, they would just be like, okay, also we have to deal with the Solarian problem now.
Yeah.
Like, the Solarians would probably face enormous repercussions from all levels of government, and all of the other races would be like, what the fuck? And they'd get, like, trade sanctions, and probably, like, they would move for the Dalatras to be deposed, and the Solarians would be like, we're not going to do that, and then it would become a whole fucking thing. It would definitely, like, turn into a whole barrel of shit for everybody.
Basically,
that's for damn
we'd
sure.
be starting a civil war.
More or less.
Yeah.
Because it was not
So-
okay for them to be doing that.
I'm not gonna throw the Solarians under the bus.
No, I don't think
But-
we need to...
She is gonna.
No matter how fun it would be.
I'm gonna say, in my determination, this technology is going to be mandatory for facing the current threat. And if the Council is not willing to accept that, then I will pursue this independently if I must. But I will not be turning over this technology, because without it, the galaxy will perish. And I'm gonna hit hang up.
Yes.
I
Oh, it seems
haven't
like we're
hung
gonna
up
be
on them
killing
like that on I haven't hung up on them like that in decades. I forgot how good it feels.
I have a feeling we're going to be killing some specters down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame about not being able to go back to the Citadel, though.
Dan is typing.
It's all right.
That is concerning.
It's okay. We did a shit ton of
The council will remember this.
we did a shit ton of
Suddenly.
shopping.
And suddenly the council hits us with an FTL jammer.
Actually, we do have stealth drives. We might want to put the stealth systems.
Does it
out.
work while we're in middle
FTL.
jump?
Or we're like, I think we're either an FTL or a mass relay transit. Either way, stealth drive won't work. Stealth drive will only be good at like sublight speeds within a system.
Also, that's the other thing. The council can block our access to the relays, can't they?
Not once we're already on the way.
Yeah, they can't set up a barricade around the relay before we get there.
Yeah, you're definitely going to be... You're going to get the Yomi just fine. Getting back might be interesting.
Yeah. Who do we have to switch license plates with?
Hey,
Find a parking lot.
hey, Zan.
You, Aryn, you receive an encrypted message from the council.
Oh boy!
Oh,
Surprise,
no.
surprise!
It's short.
Okay. Okay, they've given us 10 days at least.
Yeah, so they're giving you a window before they fucking do something.
Well, perhaps I shouldn't have reached out to them for information then.
Right, I'm waiting for Adam to come punching through the floor again and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, when Adam, when you get that message, it goes through the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much right away, Adam, who was like lounging in the main room, perks up and like looks down the hall, waiting for you to come out of the meeting room.
Aryn's gonna actually call senior staff to the conference room.
Okay.
Well,
She'll
he
still be in
will.
there.
Yeah, he will attend. As Adam enters the room, he says, "We figured they wouldn't be happy about us."
They're not happy about a lot of things.
Keeping the council happy isn't the objective.
Wait, what happened?
I'll tell you once everybody's here.
Dr. Akazawa hit us on this shithole spaceship for a reason.
I didn't tell them specifically what we had.
David.
That is for the best that you didn't.
Okay. Yeah, so Aryn's gonna bring everybody up to speed and say, I asked the council if they had any information about the catalyst. That led to their assertion that we turn over Adam. They don't know what Adam is, they only know that we have something with Reaper Tech on board. They insisted that we turn around Doc and turn him over so that he can be destroyed. I declined that request. That order, rather. So right now, what we are is on something of a rogue mission. If anyone objects to what I've done, feel free to speak now. It will be noted in my log.
Stop the council.
They could shove it.
The Quarian counselor didn't say anything about that stupidity?
Quarian counselor, Solarian counselor, Asari, they all... No.
He's literally letting the council make the exact mistake that my people made? Just try to destroy the thing that could be our salvation?
Solarians didn't stand up for themselves either. They didn't own up to anything. But to expose them would have started a major diplomatic incident that we can't afford at the moment.
Adam says, in response to Ray, "For what it is worth, from what I have seen of logs on the identities of the council members and their history, the Quarian counselor was actually among the most passionate... oh shit, what are the robots called? I'm so stupid.
Geth.
Jesus, thank you. I'm the dumbest person alive. One of the most passionate anti-Geth politicians alive before becoming the Quarian counselor. So that might explain his disposition."
If we were to wake the Geth back up, they would have to have Reaper code anyway. This was going to become a problem eventually.
The council the council would not have been happy with that either, says Adam. And if you had told them any more details about me, they would have only become more desperate to destroy me, I assure you.
Reaper code and AI together are two things that they staunchly oppose.
Adam says, "I was there. Back when the think tank that had been formed by the council to explore AI technology as a galactic defense, when they changed their mind on that, they changed it very hard. It was a complete 180-degree turn, a ban of all Reaper tech or AI technology galaxy-wide, one enforced in a clandestine manner by specters using lethal force. I watched many members of the think tank as they were coldly assassinated, shot and killed without putting up any kind of a fight, without trial, without any form of negotiation. the Council has before and will kill again to ensure that another Reaper War does not occur. In their minds, that is the absolute worst case scenario. They don't fully understand the full ramifications of the galactic threat we face now, but they fully understand the ramifications of the last one. They remember it.
They've given us a 10-day reprieve. We won't see any action against us for that time. After that, we might be the subject of such assassins. They might send specters after us. So we'll have to fly under the radar.
How can a room full of such smart people be full of such idiots? I don't understand.
Fear, says Adam. It is the strongest motivator for organics, bar none. Self-preservation is the driving force of all of you, of every species, collectively.
The best solution I can see is to prove to them that AI can be a force for good. They can help us. And I can't think of any better example of that than you, Adam.
Adam looks at you. I suppose so.
Zan, would I be able to use this, my background ability, to think of somebody else who might know something about the catalyst that we could talk to? Or would it just basically point me back to the Council?
You know that the catalyst had something to do with the old Citadel. So you have a suspicion that somewhere on Earth there might be someone, possibly an engineer or the like, who was part of the salvaging of the old Citadel and the reconstruction into what is now Citadel Prime, who might know something about what happened to it. Because theoretically, if the catalyst was part of the old Citadel, then after the original Citadel was destroyed, it would have been, floating in orbit. And then you do know that parts of the old Citadel were used to build Citadel Prime. So if you found anyone at all who is connected to or part of that massive project to rebuild the Citadel into this huge ring around the Earth, anyone who was deeply involved with that could have had something to do with whatever happened to the catalyst, whatever was done with it, whether it was destroyed or sent somewhere or built into the new Citadel or whatever. Something had to happen to it. Someone put it somewhere or did something with it.
Okay. If there's a lull in the conversation, or if Aryn brings up, and now we don't know where we're going to learn about the catalyst, right? We'll let the group know that.
Alright. That might be something we can pursue next time we're back in Citadel space. I also still need to bring Primarch Victus up to date on what's going on, because Decimius did request that we let him know at least about Adam. I can only hope he'll react better than the Council.
I think the good news that you have is that the Council won't openly object to your mission because they don't want this to become a full system. So we can
robot thing pretty bad, Sean.
I think Sean has gone the way of the Geth.
Yeah, we can't understand you.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was fiddling with the little bulb that connects to my phone. The Council probably won't want to make it they won't want to stand against you and what we're actively doing to try to help the galaxy, so at least we'll probably still be able to do our main mission, recruiting the other members for the War Summit and whatnot. So, I mean, that's at least good, right?
There's another possibility.
Because if they... pursue this and ruin your operation completely, people are going to ask questions, and all it's going to take is for you to say, hey, I have the weapon to stop the big bad guy, and the council wants to kill me for it, and all of a sudden they have a PR disaster.
I do have another idea. When we return from this mission, we keep Adam secreted, hidden, his sensor signature suppressed, and we inform the council that he was a necessary sacrifice for the completion of our mission.
You think they'd fall for that?
If we left him somewhere, they'd be free to search the ship. Then we pick him up later and continue on.
I can also change his signature because of what you gave me, so even if they do search the ship, they'll think he's something he's not.
So we could try to take the heat off of ourselves that way. And might even put in a good word that he sacrificed himself for the completion of our mission. It's worth a try, I think. In the meantime, I do need to inform Primarch Victus of the situation as well. Does anybody have anything else on the current topic? All right. Then.
Nothing aside from the council's full of idiots, but I mean, I feel like that's just standing information.
Their heart's in the right place.
Even if their head isn't.
Politics are hard to navigate. They do their best. Anyway, back to your stations.
They're just scared, says Adam. They're like rats hiding in a hole. They feel important because the other rats listen to them. But they're just being driven by fear. His eyes like kind of flash red a little bit. Apologies. And then he just leaves.
Ray stands up. This is why I don't allow him to listen in on the engineering bay, and she's going to leave too.
Alright, everyone back to your stations, and then she'll open up comms. Say, Decimius, could you come to the conference room, please?
Roger, Spectre.
Alright. Everyone else going back to stations?
Yeah.
Unless requested otherwise.
Unless Aryn tells us to stay here.
Nope. Well, everyone back to your stations. We got a mission to plan for. Or to be ready for.
Come on, David. Come on, David. Come to the cockpit.
I'll take a breather, says Quincy.
Yeah, probably for the best. Jesus Christ. Now I gotta readjust my seat for the next 15 minutes.
Oh, hush, you're fine.
Look, she literally scoots her chair like chest against the keyboard. I can't. I need to breathe.
Yeah, you're the one that's like 5 feet away from the freaking controls. You're the weirdo.
And yet, I'm the weirdo who got the highest score. I got the highest score. I have a method.
You're still the weirdo. Just fly the damn ship.
Red plastic.
Decimius arrives in the doorway to the meeting room and saunters in. Why, Spectre? Whatever could be the reason for this meeting? He'll take a seat, swivel around the chair.
I forgot he was like that.
If it was like that, ladies' man, I'd be inviting you to my quarters, not the conference room.
A surface is a surface, but...
Ray.
You get the impression he's clearly joking.
Yes, I gathered.
Yeah.
Oh boy. No, she'll say you wanted me to keep Primarch Victus informed.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
I thought you'd want to be here when I made the report to him.
Sounds good to me.
I will say, even the council doesn't know what Adam is, but just knowing that we have Reaper Tech on board did not sit well with them.
Yeah, I'll bet. They are not a fan of that shit. Fortunately for you, my allegiances do not lie with the council. I am a Turian operative, so if Primarch Victus likes you, then I like you.
Well, we'll see how much he likes us both once we're done with this report. And she'll queue up the contact for Primarch Victus on the Quantum Communicator. I think he's the only other person we actually have a contact for.
Yeah, the only other person right now. After a delay, Victus shows up in a hologram. Spectre, it's been a while. How are things on the frontier?
They're going all right. We've been recruiting assets for the task force. We've got some Solarian assets on board, and we're working on a couple more leads. I did want to bring something to your attention, though, that has been added to the war assets. You should know the council did not take it well, and they're not even fully informed. But Decimius wanted me to be fully upfront with you, and I think it was probably good of him to insist on that. We've learned that the best defense we'll have against this nightmare, we've learned that it is called Amos. The best offense against him and the best defense is going to be leveraging tech, because he's a very powerful biotic presence, but biotics will not have as much of an effect on technology. To that end, some technology has been developed that has resulted in a partial Reaper Tech AI, and that is being used, or is planned to be used, to control several of these war assets remotely, so they cannot be hijacked by Amos and his mental influence. It is not fully online. The Reaper Tech still needs to be stabilized, and we are working on that from a different angle. But once it has been, we will have a fully powered Reaper Tech AI behind some of the most powerful warships in the galaxy at your disposal for your task force. And I know that it is dangerous going down this route, but I think that AI and revisiting or revising their rights to exist in the galaxy might be our salvation.
That's a lot, Spectre. Tell me, were you planetside when the Reapers arrived in our galaxy?
Was that planetside? Planetside meaning what?
Planetside means on a planet. As in, were you on a planet that was attacked by Reapers?
Yes. Yes, I've seen what they can do.
I was here in Palaven. What you're describing to me is highly illegal in Council space, even to the point of superseding your Spectre privileges. It is the highest class of crime, a possible galactic threat producing incident. Does the council know you have this?
They only know the Reaper Tech side of it, and they condemned it in the strongest words. Unfortunately, I'm having to go a little bit rogue to keep them from destroying it outright.
You're putting me in a very difficult position, Aryn Talia. Asking me to put my faith in you while you hold the fate of all of us in your hands. Instinctually, my gut feeling is that this is a dire mistake. And combining AI with Reaper Tech is something no one should ever even consider doing. There are those who would call you a raving psychopath for even entertaining the notion. But if we don't live through this, then the long-term consequences won't matter. And admittedly, I was a military man before I was a politician. That part of me still is very much get through the day, see the mission, live, succeed, deal with things later. So I'm admittedly a bit torn on this. Can you assure me that should this little experiment of yours show signs that it's going south, that you will deal with it personally?
I'm a long view kind of person, Primarch. I always have been. It's inherent to my species. I do think that the Council is wrong on this. I do think that AI are our salvation for the future. And I think that stabilizing this Reaper Tech will not have drastic long-term effects. But if I am proven wrong on any of that, my mission will deviate to making sure the long view is maintained.
AI are our salvation, huh? That's a pretty radical view in a galaxy that was nearly wiped out by them.
I know. In my opinion, they've never been given a fair shake.
They didn't exactly give us a fair shake when they descended upon our cities and slaughtered innocent people by the billions.
Fortunately, this new AI is off on the right foot. We have a good rapport going, and it seems to have the interests of organic life and peace in the galaxy at heart.
For now, I have to make a call on you.
Primarch, your call does not change what my mission is going to be. I'm going to continue rallying forces against this threat, and if this AI does pose a threat to the galaxy, I will deal with it. You have my word on that.
Alright, Mark. The Council, I didn't have you roll, because they were absolutely set in concrete. There was no way you were ever going to change their mind. But Victus isn't. So give me an extremely important persuasion roll, no contingency. There it is. That's pretty fucking good.
Whoa.
He says, all right, I'm going to trust you on this. But if that AI starts to go rogue, you better kill it yourself, or you're going to have a lot of blood on your hands.
She nods. Says, I'm still of the opinion that it is for the better this way.
Understood.
And she'll look to Decimius to see if there's anything that she's missing or that he wants to add.
Decimius says, hey, boss. The Primarch looks at him, like, gives him a look like that's not how you're supposed to address me, but whatever. Like, he doesn't say it. He just, like, looks mildly frustrated. And Decimius says, things are pretty good here. Doing a bunch of crazy shit. What Aryn said was true.
And not to worry, Primarch, your Batarian warlord is still on our radar. We are on something a little more time-sensitive at the moment, though.
That's fair to say. You can deal with it whenever the time is right.
Soon.
Good luck out there, Spectre.
Thank you.
All right.
Glad we didn't burn 2 bridges today.
Very well could have.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing Aaron's good at, it's persuasion.
Something tells me that those Spectre task forces are no longer available to us, though. That we just
I
gained.
mean, they have not been allocated to come after us yet.
Well, I think the council is still aware of how important our mission is, so whether or not they're going to be sending people after us, they're still going to want to make sure that the mission is accomplished, right?
Yeah, if anything, they'll send like 1, maybe 2 Spectres at a time to try to neutralize this threat, but not to throw us off our mission, just to get rid of the Reaper Tech, and then they'll say like, alright, now you can carry on with your mission.
I mean, admittedly, with how many choices you've made that have basically been like, okay, we got to save the galaxy now, we'll deal with the consequences later. It's honestly impressive it took this long for someone to be like, no, that's not okay. They are just not okay with that.
Look, the Solarians thrust this in our lap. They said, you can either have this or no war assets for you. Your choice. I mean, what was they supposed to do?
We're going to have to fight that super Spectre Quarian that we heard about from Adam, aren't we?
Probably.
Probably.
I get the sense that even if AI laws
Probably.
change, they're not going to be swayed.
Yeah, the Quarian Spectre who killed a bunch of people on the think tank.
Yeah, my feeling is if like council laws change, allowing for AI to finally be allowed, that Spectre's probably going to go rogue. I imagine it's a personal thing for them.
Yeah, almost certainly. Yeah, they would.
So we're gonna have to face them at some point, regardless.
All right, so that was our session. Next week, back to the Yomi Nebula, where it all started. You're actually going to go to the research station you were deployed to check out.
We're actually going to see it this time.
It is a classified Alliance laboratory space station. You have no idea what in the fuck they were researching. You don't know what they were doing, but it's there, and you're going to go check it out.